Welcome to today's market update. The domestic equity indices in India ended with significant losses on Wednesday, marking the fifth consecutive day of decline. The Nifty index closed just under the 23,600 mark, as all sectoral indices on the NSE finished in the red. Realty, PSU Bank, and metal stocks were the hardest hit. According to provisional closing numbers, the S&P BSE Sensex plunged by 984.23 points, or 1.25%, ending at 77,690.95. Meanwhile, the Nifty 50 index dropped 324.4 points, or 1.36%, to close at 23,559.6. Broader market indices performed worse than the benchmarks. The S&P BSE Mid-Cap Index slid 2.56%, while the Small Cap Index tumbled 3.08%. The market breadth was weak, with only 674 shares advancing and a substantial 3,297 shares declining on the BSE 96 shares remained unchanged. The Volatility Index, India VIX, which measures market volatility expectations, rose 5.03%, reaching 15.33. Now, let's turn to the economy. India's retail inflation, based on the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, climbed to a 14-month high of 6.21% in October 2024, according to recent official data. This is up from 5.49% in September, and a substantial increase from 4.87% recorded in October 2023. Additionally, India's industrial production saw a 3.1% growth in September, compared to a negative growth of 0.1% in August. However, this growth remains below the 6.4% increase recorded in September of the previous year. Moving to new listings, Swiggy's shares closed at 464 rupees and 55 paise on the BSE, up by 19.12% from its issue price of 390 rupees. The stock debuted at 412 rupees, reflecting a 5.64% premium, and reached a high of 465 rupees and 30 paise, with a low of 390 rupees and 70 paise. Over 80.7 lakh shares were traded. ACME Solar Holdings shares, however, closed at 255 rupees, reflecting an 11.76% discount to its issue price of 289 rupees. The stock was listed at 259 rupees and traded between a high of 279 rupees and a low of 248 rupees, with 13.29 lakh shares exchanged. Now for an IPO update. The initial public offering of Zinca Logistics Solutions received bids for 51,16,068 shares against an offering of 2,25,67,270 shares, a subscription rate of just 0.23 times. The issue opened for bidding on November 13th and will close on November 18th, with a price band between 259 rupees and 273 rupees per share. Investors can bid for a minimum of 54 shares and multiples thereafter. Next, let's talk about the Buzzing Index. The Nifty Realty Index declined by 3.17% to 937.25, marking a total drop of 6.54% over the past 5 sessions. Notable stocks within this index included Brigade Enterprises, Prestige Estates, Raymond, Soba, Macrotech Developers, Oberoi Realty, and DLF, all posting losses ranging from 1.85% to 4.36%. Now for stocks in the spotlight. Bombay Stock Exchange, or BSE, dropped 4.07%, despite a 192% increase in consolidated net profit to 346 crore rupees, with revenue from operations jumping 137% to 746 crore rupees in the second quarter of fiscal year 2025 compared to the same period last year. Next, FSNE Commerce Ventures, known as NICA, declined by 2.56%. The company posted a consolidated net profit rise of 66.28% to 12 crore 97 lakh rupees on a 24.4% revenue increase to 1,874 crore rupees. Sula Vineyards dropped 3.41%, as net profit fell by 37.28% to 14 crore 48 lakh rupees in the second quarter of fiscal year 2025, down from 23 crore 9 lakh rupees in the same period last year. Revenue from operations slightly decreased to 132 crore 36 lakh rupees. Dronacharya Aerial Innovations saw a significant drop of 16.15% after securing a master contract worth $1.75 million from American Blast Systems for specialized drone consultancy services. Suven Pharmaceuticals Industries, or SPL, gained 4.75% as its consolidated net profit rose 3.34% to 82 crore 21 lakh rupees, with revenue growing 11.54%. Meanwhile, Greaves Cotton tumbled 11.24%, following a consolidated net loss of 14 crore 33 lakh rupees for the second quarter of fiscal year 2025, compared to a larger loss of 379 crore 59 lakh rupees in the same quarter of the previous year. Revenue from operations fell by 3% year-over-year to 705 crore rupees. Century Plyboards, India dropped by 6.18% after net profit declined by 58.74% to 39 crore 96 lakh rupees, while revenue grew 18.73% year-over-year to 1,183 crore 62 lakh rupees. Now let's take a look at the global markets. European stocks traded positively as investors awaited October's U.S. inflation data, which will be a key factor for the Federal Reserve's upcoming rate decisions. Asian markets ended lower as traders awaited the same data release, with corporate goods prices in Japan indicating year-on-year wholesale inflation growth at its highest since July of the previous year at 3.4%. China's recent fiscal measures did little to uplift the markets, and uncertainty around global trade relations continued to weigh on sentiment. In the U.S., Wall Street saw declines on Tuesday, ending a post-election rally. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 0.86%. The S&P 500 dropped 0.29%, and the Nasdaq Composite declined 0.09%. Hawkish remarks from key Federal Reserve officials, including Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari, reinforced concerns over potential rate hikes, further impacting market sentiment. All eyes are now on the upcoming U.S. Consumer Price Index, or CPI, due later today, expected to provide further insights into inflation trends in October. And that's all for today's market report. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more updates.